All right, guys, welcome back to another Sunday Swings. This is the last day of March, and we're beginning April. We do have some news this week on AUD, USD, we have PMI, so and unemployment claims. So it should be a good week. Also, it is NFP. So let's get right into it. Now, how are we're gonna reset our trades from last week? So, or reset our charts. Go like this. Bring our duds down here. Chart number one, Euro USD. Now we took this trade last week beautifully. We took the sells on this on the rejection of this 4-hour area of interest with the 4-hour EMA rejection. We got in on the basically on the head on the 4-hour, and then we also scaled in on the right shoulder retest, and then we took the sells all the way down into this fair value inversion fair value gap. And now we are looking at a beautiful inverted head and shoulders. And as you can see here, we had the retest, and now we're looking to then buy. So just on the 4 value gap, 4 value area of interest there. Was looking on the weekly chart. We have a very nice bullish candle on the weekly chart here, making this bullish. Daily is bearish. We're coming up into a 4-hour area of interest again, where the 4-hour is, or daily is bearish and the 4-hour is bullish. Just looking at this, I do see a potential retest on this inverted head and shoulders to then long, but as it is already at this 4-hour area of interest, I am going to wait and see kind of what happens. Daily, like I said, I don't know. It's not the prettiest trade. We are way up here. Inverted. Yeah, I'm gonna be staying. I like the bullish push, but as of now, I would be interested in this trade if it came back down here, retested like it already did, fill this candle one more time, and then proceed to the upside. I'm gonna take away this 4-hour area of interest and go from there. Put this in our watching. AUD USD was another trade from last week, and you see we had the sells to take profit here. Beautiful. We took it on the lower time frames. And as you can see, we have a left head, right shoulder on the weekly, causing this to be currently bearish. Even if this was if you wanted to count this as a higher high or a lower high and a lower low. And you see here, we did have another shift of structure, making this right shoulder weekly rejection on the weekly. So bearish weekly, bearish daily. I do like this setup already. 2 time frames are already in sync. We're at a daily area of interest. How big can we make that? Okay, we can do that. Let's get rid of this daily. Let's get rid of this line up here. Let's get rid of that line there. Let's get rid of this 4-hour here. So daily, 4 and weekly both have head and shoulder patterns. There, I like that. And then 4-hour is also bearish. And like I said, we took the sells originally on this head and shoulder on the 4-hour with a rejection candlestick sell. I do think that we will see the sells once again. You see here, looking kind of back into it like that to see the sells into roughly there. Stops in closer for a 1 to 2. I'm gonna set my alarm up here, just looking at that. Yeah, our 1-hour and our 4-hour coming in nicely. 1-hour chart, you got a head and shoulders. It does look like it already retested there. So this could just sell off, but this happened at market open. So we're waiting for obviously London time frame to then sell. So we're looking at something like that for a 1 to 2. 30-minute. Yeah. I want to see a pullback to give us the sells. Euro CHF from last week. We had sells on this, and obviously we buy entry at the end of the week because of just influences. It's just in profit, out of profit, in profit, out of profit, and it's just still kind of sitting right there. So let's see what the weekly holds for us. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish. And see, as you see, why we took the sells, head and shoulder neckline retest, and we tried to take the sells at this 4-hour area of interest here to the downside. But as you can see, it is rejecting and rejecting and rejecting. It is not a very pretty trade as of now. I am not interested. I mean, it could easily settle the up downside again, but me, not interested. GBP and ZD. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish currently. Why is it bearish? Higher high, higher low, shift to structure, bearish engulfing, lower high, lower low, and we had not had a current higher high or another lower low. So this could potentially be an inverted, not inverted, my bad, head and shoulder formation here, coming in to retest this high to then potentially sell. We already had a shifted structure on the daily, and 4-hour is probably bullish. Yes, because of that giant push. So if this 4-hour closes in 51 minutes right there, and it closes up here, this would make it higher high, higher low, and then we'd be waiting for that shifted structure to then sell. As you can see here, we are at a 4-hour area of interest here. Turner box yellow. Let's measure, see how many pips that is we're working with. That is way too many pips. So we're going to bring it in tighter. Bring this in tighter like this. Do it one more time. Pips is that? Okay, 55. I can deal with that. As it is in a 4-hour area of interest. Let's get rid of this zone here. Daily. Ultimately, I would stay away from this pair just because it's just at a crazy high. And it doesn't have any signs of reversing above the 1-hour EMA. It's way above the 4-hour EMA. So yeah, this one is no good. I'm getting this one off my charts. USD CAD, we took the sells last week. Beautiful sell off from last week here. Coming back to retest the 4-hour EMA and the daily area of interest. Starting on the weekly, we have weekly bearish, higher high, higher low, bearish engulfing, retesting that weekly area of interest. Like I said here, turn that purple, or not purple, my bad, blue. 50 pips there, that's perfect. So 1, 2, 3, beautiful retest. Doji candle rejection. Weekly's bearish. Daily is also bearish. We got a, okay, higher high. So daily is actually bullish because of the higher high and the higher low here. But we're seeing a bearish trend. Seeing a very bearish trend here. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, okay. We're down below the daily area of interest, down below a daily EMA. 4-hour is bullish. So we already took the sells off that EMA and area of interest last week, and it could be setting us up right now for another one of those moments because the 4-hour just shifted, actually shifted higher high, higher low. Yeah, 4-hour is actually bearish at a 4-hour EMA. Okay, so the 1-hour is bearish as well, but it's above the 1-hour EMA. 15 and 30 look like we got a pattern in there. Okay, bearish engulfing, but still bullish. This could be potential. I think we might. I would wait until we are below the 1-hour. Wait for, because there's some sort of structure or point right here. As you see, there's like a left head, right shoulder, bearish, retesting that neckline right there. But on the 15-minute, It's I don't like this, you know. This is ugly. And 30 minutes still bullish. Yeah, I want to wait until we get a defined push to then sell. I like this setup though. I think it is lots of potential. Let's grab a box here because we have, like I said, we have a 4 hour area of interest right here as well, where it's bouncing around. I am concerned about, as you can see, look at how structure has respected this area significantly here. So that's what it's struggling to break past right now. So if we do get in the cells, right, we want to see a candlestick closure below to fill this candlestick wick here. If it does not, it's safe to think that this trade could continue to the upside. But if we can get in this trade and it closes below like this, right, we can see the retest at this area of interest right here for a potential scale in to then sell once again. So let's draw this out. This. So we're just gonna go like this and draw that out. As you can see on the 4 hour here, like I said, support, 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 resistance, support. So it's a very strong area of interest and it's very supportive. Like it, as you can see, it's resistance here, resistance here. Just blew through it right there and blew through it right there, but then it used it as resistance, and then it used it as resistance, and then it used it as resistance. So if we can get this to blow through it, there's a chance that we will continue to ride this to the downside, have a candlestick closure down here, and then that pullback will be pretty aggressive into this 4 hour here. If we can close below, if we close above this 4 hour area's interest, I would get out. But if we can get in on the sell and it closes below and then retests here, I think we should be good to see the continuations to fill these wicks here to the downside to get us a quick, I mean, our stop probably won't be that high. Stops will probably be about, I'll even actually give it a little bit more for a 1 to 3 just for on the safe side. Because 1 to 3 is a pretty big trade if you want to know the truth. So something like that. I do like the thought of this significantly. I am gonna bring my stops in just a little, or not my alarm just a little bit higher. Like I said, because it's gonna bounce in here. It's gonna bounce around. It's gonna lollygag. It's gonna get messy. But one of those, if you keep close eyes on it, you can get a nice trade out of that. Next one, Euro NZD. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. These boxes. The drawings. Okay, so weekly is obviously way bullish, looking like it's pushing to the high side. Daily, bullish, or well, daily's bearish actually. It's kind of ugly. I want to stay. I want nothing to do with it. Junk. NZD CAD. Let's get rid of this alarm. Get rid of this daily box. Get rid of this arrow. Okay, what are we looking at here? Higher high, higher low. Add a weekly area of interest. Weekly is bullish. We're at the round psychological level. Okay. And it's used it as support, 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 support. Very good. It doesn't use it as resistance very much. So there's a good chance that we will get a nice support here and then continue the upside. Daily is bearish, but that's okay. Because what we want to see is a doji here like this, and then a push like this, and then a push like this. And you bet we're getting in on that push to the upside like that. So daily's bearish and 4 hours probably bearish. And I'll get out, yeah. With an inverted or not a head and shoulders formation. Uh, if this does this and it comes back like this, and does close and does respect this area of interest, we'll be looking for the sells. But for now, we just need to wait it out and see what happens. So I will set an alarm down here. And I will set on the daily. I'm just gonna actually I'm not gonna set any alarms. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on this one. It's the weekly. Yeah, left head. Yeah. Because I mean, you saw on the 4 hour here, you got a left head, right shoulder, and the 4 hour area of interest at a 4 hour area of interest here. So everything is telling me sells as of now. Sells are it. Sells are it. Sells are it. That's what I see. That I like I said, I don't want to sell into this weekly area of interest. That's just crazy. I'm not gonna do that. So that's a daily area of interest as well. That back here. 10 is purple. Double check how many pips that is. Yeah, so it's a daily. It's just I don't like that weekly. I see sells. And actually, I will put an alarm because sells are it, but no, I don't know. I'm gonna put it on the watching. Next one, AUDCHF. Weekly's bearish. Still trying to fill this wick here. Daily head and shoulders at a daily area of interest with a week at a weekly. Okay, at a weekly 4 hour. Beautiful. You see that left head, right shoulder break. Here's the neckline retest. And now we're selling off. Friday started the sells, and now today we're bringing it back. So if we do get a retest here, interested daily, same thing, left head, right shoulder. Now we're selling off. We'll have a day. It will come back. We'll probably do one of these. And then, like I said, our goal is to fill this wick. So we'll be sitting something, well, taking daily to daily. Stops will be above high. Or the bottom of that wick there. Something like so. 4 hours or 1 hour, 4 hours EMA is way up there. 1 hour EMA is right there too. Okay, yeah, this is nice. This is a nice setup. Next one, AUD CAD. All right, weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish. Let's get rid of this alarm. All right. I don't think I like this. It's kind of ugly. Too much slop. I mean, it's at a 4 hour on lower time frame. This could be something. Yeah, I'm still not really interested into it. There's better ones. GJ. Let's get rid of this line here. Weekly is higher high or lower high, lower low, or yeah, lower high, lower high, lower low. Okay, so weekly's bearish, daily's bullish, bearish, daily's bearish. Yeah, that's candlestick closure below, higher high, higher low, candlestick closure, bearish engulfing. 4 hour, huge sell off. No entry on this trade. That was from last week, waiting for the pullback to then buy. As now, I do not like GJ. NZDJPY. Let's give it this. that. Did exactly what I thought it was going to do. Filled those wicks and then rejected. Now it looks like it's continuation. Weekly's bearish. Daily is bearish. Higher high, higher low. Just kidding. Daily is bullish. 4 hour. Okay. So these are trades from last week. Beautiful. Push, then buy. Now we're having a huge rejection. What is all that about? No, I don't. There's a double bottom pattern here coming into a neckline. And like I said, this wick was already filled. As you can see here, boom, boom, boom. I'm okay. I do like it just a little bit. I'm intrigued on it just a little bit, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to play with that. Same thing here. I'd assume that I'll do the same stuff. Yeah. Boom. So this one never gave us an entry. Below. Yeah. No, thank you. This one's junk. Euro, GBP. Next one. Weekly is bullish, higher high, higher low, bearish, lower high, lower low, bullish. Okay. Bullish daily. Let's see what the daily looks like. Daily is bearish. Add a daily EMA, add a daily area of interest, bouncing in between. I'm okay. Euro CAD. Weekly's bullish. Daily is bearish. Higher high, higher low. Shift to structure. As you can see here, higher high, higher low. Shift structure, lower high, lower low. Looks like left head, right shoulder potential. Daily's bearish, weekly's bullish. 4 hour is probably is bullish. Okay. Now we're looking at an inverted head and shoulder. See, this is crispy clean. Like that. 4 hour EMA. 1 hour. Oh yeah, that's clean. So I'll get out. I would take this any day of the week as a quick, 1 to 2, 1 to 1, just a quick, you know. Well, boom. Why? We could even make it safer for you and get a 1 to 2 like that all day of the week. I wouldn't even look for an entry signal. I would just go, well, here's your entry signal here. There's your retest right there. That's what I would have taken it at that low right there because that's your inverted head and shoulders. Boom. I mean, it sucks. That's is way out of session. And this was on Friday. I would assume, yep. And this is today, I guess, right here. Came back and retested it once again. But I'm gonna put my alarm here just in case it does happen again. Like I said, I would probably ride this trade. If I did stops to my low there, I would try to ride this trade to about those wicks. So tuck in my stops, get a 1 to 2. Yeah, I would try my luck to about there. So I like this potential entry for buys. CAD CHF. 4 hour looks good. Weekly is bearish. Okay. Daily is bearish, lower high, lower low, working its way back up to it. And 4 hour is also bearish as well. Okay. Looks good. Inverted head and inverted head and shoulders formation. See, this area was well respected once again. And that area is going to get respected. Once again, to here, like this. Trade looks like there's your entry, there's your stop. of that. Take profit there. Left hand, right shoulder, 1 hour EMA, or that's 2 hour, my bad. 1 hour EMA is right. Okay, that's beautiful. 1 hour and 4 hour are on top of each other. You know, it's a huge confluence for me. I'm gonna set an alarm here and wait for the retest to then sell. I don't think we're gonna get it because it already happened, but there is still a slight chance that this could party down here, close, come back up here, tag our alarm. We throw in a quick entry and then we write it down. We get our profits, we get out. Once we get to about here, stop loss goes to buy entry and then take profits down here. And then we go from there. Those are our quick 1 to 2 trades, you know, boom, boom, in and out. Next one, NZD USD. Weekly's bearish. We've been at this level for a long time. A lot of weeks. Daily is also is bullish. So add a, I was making it tight like that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay. Daily is bullish. 4 hours probably bearish. Yeah. Head and shoulders formation. I like this setup too, but I don't like. Let's see how strong this daily is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6. So there's a good chance that this does this, you know, and then sits in here for a couple days before it decides to either break out this way or break out this way. Um, Daily is bullish and weekly is bearish. 4 hour is bearish. So there's a good chance this could continue to sell off. I'm going to set an alarm here. And I'm going to wait and see what happens for a potential sell like this and chase lows. Next one, AUD and ZD. All right. Weekly is bearish. Beautiful rejection of this area of interest. This is also a weekly. Not only is it a 4 hour area of interest, you can see it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10 touch on a weekly. So for the daily. Daily's bearish, but I don't like it. It's not pretty. 4 hours, not pretty either. Junk. Yeah, junk. Next one. GBP CAD. This one's annoying. You can probably delete that now. This week. And yeah, I can delete that. All right. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish. Looks like it's grabbing liquidity and heading back to the downside, which would be nice. 4 hour is bullish. It just there's so much resentment right here. I want to say sells, but because look at that huge weekly candle. It's a huge doji. There's a good chance that this gets filled. It's at some point this week. But I could be wrong. It could push all the way back up. Retest here. If it made a higher high, then it could have a lower low or shift structure and then invalidate this inverted head and shoulders and then head to the downside. Right now, this head and shoulders is validated. It's rejecting off of 4-hour area of interest, 4-hour EMA, 4-hour head and shoulders, 1-hour EMA as well, a 1-hour area of interest. So right now, I mean, obviously the market's telling us buys, 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 buys. But you don't really want to buy into this because you can see all this structure that's just above. You can see all these wicks. So then I'm like, okay, higher time frames are telling me sell, sell, sell. This huge 1-hour daily push, this huge wick. Like, is it gonna get filled, or is this gonna lollygag around for another week, or is it gonna, I don't know. I don't want to play the game though. Junk. GBP AUD weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. 4-hour is bullish. To me, that is a waste of time. Junk. GBP USD weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish. Head and shoulders formation. Okay. Same areas we took sells off last time. Could we see sells again? The only difference is our EMA is down here. We did have a huge liquidity grab push. 4-hour is bullish. Like I said, this is a strong 4-hour area of interest right here. Daily. I'm not gonna trade this one, but I'm gonna put it in my on the way. And I'm gonna do that because I want to study it. When I'm not sure or I have a rough idea what I think is gonna happen, I usually put it in my on the way and then I watch it and I learn from it. So we're gonna do that and we'll go over it every day of the week and see kind of what we think is gonna happen. Next one, GBP CHF. Weekly is bullish. Coming back, looks like we're retesting. Structure, yeah. I can't remember the last time we took a trade on GBP CHF. Well, I can see right here, it was a loss. So that was a close one. Ended up being a loss here. Loss, yeah. GBP CHF. You can go away. No, thank you. USD JPY. Obviously, we had buys on that one potential, but weekly head and shoulders, weekly area of interest, rejection. So it looks like we had a retest on psychological level as well. The daily shift bearish there. Daily did shift bearish there. On an inverted head and shoulders, though, I had a 4-hour area of interest. As of now, not interested. USD JP USD CHF. So this was the one that we were looking at when we loaded in today. We had the sales marked up from last week. And as you can see here, it is actually playing out to perfection. But as of now, that is the trade. We didn't take this trade. Why were we going to take the trade? Because we're studying something new. So we have a whole new strategy that is completely different than what we were doing before. And it has helped us increase our win rate from about 75, 80% to 85, 90%. And we have been winning like crazy. So it's a whole different ballpark now. But we used our new strategy, our new and find strategy with the new Trump markets on this trade. And as you can see, it is working out very nicely. But as of now, I do not see a trade. USD CHF. Boom. Next one, Euro JPY. Let's see here. Weekly. Weekly is bullish. Looks ugly. Daily. 4 hour here, rejection, 4 hour EMA, could sell off to way here. Then we're bouncing in between. No, thank you. Next one, Euro AUD. Weekly, bullish, daily, bullish. Look at that huge. How many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days of consecutive pushes. No, thank you. All right. Our trades for the week. Let's look at gold really quick. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful test. So we have a trend line here. Sells, came back, retested. Beautiful. And then just flew to the moon. That is crazy. Trend line. Yeah, this is boom. Okay. So far, I don't see nothing on gold other than the fact that it's way up in the moon. All right. So what do we have for this week? We have AUD, CHF, sells waiting for the retest. Since sell waiting at this for daily area of interest. AUD, USD, same thing. We're looking for the sells. USD CAD. We are waiting for an entry signal to then sell. We want to see it push below our 1 hour and give us our signal to then sell. As of right now, our 30-minute is bullish, and we do not like that. We want to see the 30-minute go bearish. 15-minute is currently bearish, but there's, like I said, that 30 minutes is bullish still. There's a good chance that it could continue the upside, and we just want to be safe rather than sorry. Euro CAD, we are waiting for the pullback to then buy. As you see, I think their wick is going to close. This daily is going to 4 hours going to close into a doji, coming back to retest at this 4 hour area of interest at the 4 hour EMA on the 4 hour inverted head and shoulders on a 1 hour EMA as well. And then these two zones, this big area of interest. Next one is CAD CHF. And see, we did think this was going to continue to sell off. What it's doing, but we want to see the retest and then sell. It's doing exactly what we wanted to do. It might just hit our take profit without us, and then this trade is invalid. NZD USD, same thing. We wanted to come back and retest. We actually kind of want to bring this down a little bit more to be safe, to retest, to then sell. We are keeping our eyes on Euro USD for potential buys. We're also watching NZD CAD for potential buys or sells. And then GU, we're going to study this trade. That is what I have for this week. Thank you for showing up. Like I said, I would break down gold, but gold is just as ugly as some of our other pairs. So there's nothing that we can really do with gold as of now. Once again, thank you for showing up. If you have any questions, please, please, please ask away.